Hey guys, I'm going to do a layout process video with you today, and I just wanted to show you quickly. This is where I would normally work, in the kitchen, at the kitchen table, and I wanted to show you what I've done with my little organisers. I've screwed them together. Oh, sorry, let's point the camera in the right position. That would be a good start. And I've put them on a Lazy Susan. So look, it spins. Things like this make me so happy. So I'm quite pleased with that. I will move that through. I would normally work here, but because I'm filming, I'll show you what I will do, or what I do. So, past the ironing board. This room is all packed up, ready to move, hopefully. On through here, into the lounge. And I'm going to work over here on Kitty's desk, and I'll show you the setup. Show you how basic it is. Here we've got some spatulas sticking out from a chopping board under her Lego model, and I'm going to work down there, and I'm going to put the camera coming in for landing. Oop, hold on. Round about there. There we go. So let me just tell you roughly what I'm thinking. I've got the March Citrus Twist kit, and I've got these photos of Kitty looking a bit of a terror, messing around. And the colours in this kit, as you can see, are just scrumptious. I mean, they're really Eastery, kind of ice creamy colours. So I know already I'm going to have fun with this one. I've cut, this is roughly what I'm thinking of doing. Let me check you're in the right spot. I've got these strips, because I like my strips. I'm thinking of layering up some strips, as usual, something like this, along this edge. And I'm going to do some random sort of stitching along those and ruffling. You know me and my ruffles. I thought these two could tuck together something like that. Might be nice. And I was thinking about in the middle, but then I don't know, there's something quite brave about that, and I'm not feeling that brave. So probably down there. I want to make some sort of bow out of some of this, I don't know what you'd call it actually. It's like a sort of, I don't know what you call it. Something like that, maybe. It's part of my layout, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. And then these bits, I've pulled out more than I think I will use, but I think I'm just going to layer them. And we've got things like this beautiful vellum piece. I think I'm just going to layer them around these pictures and keep it very simple. I know this is what I always do, but you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I do feel quite happy with this sort of thing. So what I'm thinking of doing is tucking some of these Maggie Holmes pieces in here, something like this, and having them maybe peeking. I like a bit of peeking, like that, something like that. This paper is really sweet, isn't it? It's just the Alice Studio packaging. But I thought I might use that too. We've got some lovely pops of yellow and hot pink. So something like this. I wanted to make a bit of a, have a bit of an idea of where I'm going before. Maybe that could shoot out there too. Something like that. And thought maybe some yellow. It's tempting to go overboard on the yellow, isn't it? But anyway, these are the things. I love that little Let Courage Roar. She looks like she's roaring, doesn't she? Roar! And these are really cute. These are like little faux sequins, stick-on sequins. So I'll definitely be using some of those. There's some gorgeous puffy stickers. Oh, and I thought we might have some, let me check you're still in the right spot, some action going on up here, a bit like this. So some layered up bits peeking. There's that word again. So yeah, something like this. I don't know how much of this I'm going to use. I've obviously pulled out just everything that I fancy, and I thought maybe some of packaging too for a bit of extra texture. And this doily is just from my stash. I like a doily just for the circular element. So that's what I'm going to do. But I will start by making a coffee and getting the Scrap Gals on, because it's Scrap Gals Day. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so firstly I need to apologise that this video is about 20 minutes long. Settle in, make yourself a nice cup of tea. So I'm just doing the little strip at the side there I'm sticking these strips onto a piece of white paper that came in some page protectors. So it's quite a flimsy paper that I'm probably not going to use for anything else. So not wasting much. So I'm just securing those down before I take them to my sewing machine. And there I'm just showing you the finished stitched bits. My sewing machine is actually behaving itself, which is nice. So I'm just smooching up the edges to make it a bit scruffy. I like things a bit scruffy, nothing too neat. And these papers all have lovely other sides, so it's quite nice to catch a little peek of the patterns on the backs. So I'm going to stick my proper paper on top with some double-sided tape and then tear the edge away to reveal the prettiness underneath. That's the plan. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having fun making lots of things. I'm enjoying looking at everyone's blogs and watching everyone's videos. So lining up the pages, and then I get a ruler just to help guide a little bit. And I want that slightly wonky. There we go, that's nice and random. Yeah, I like that. They're nice colours, aren't they? They're kind of kiddie party colours. Nice and fresh. So photos want to be about there, don't they? And I'm going to pop that one on the breadsticks packaging. Gives it some nice dimension, and I want that doily to go there. There's an awful lot of fiddling and faffing in this video. I'm so sorry. This is kind of why I'd stopped doing videos for a while, because I was struggling to make an end product that was watchable, because I was going over to my machine and coming back and fiddling about, and it was just more work. It was double the work, really, because I was not only making the layouts, I was also trying to make something watchable. So the end result of that is that the video's 20 minutes long, so I'm sorry. But, you know, this is how long my layouts take, I'm afraid. Well, not 20 minutes, double that. I'm going to Kitty's maths workshop at her school tonight, so I really should know what double 20 is. If I don't, I'm going to be very embarrassed. There we are, using some Dulux in Jade White, just to splodge on there. And then I have the idea of taking a gelato and scribbling over the top. Except it doesn't show. And it doesn't show again. Be braver, woman. Come on. There we go. That's more like it. And at this point, you're probably thinking, like I was, yeah, what have I done? Might need to replace that white bit and start again. But I don't. I push on through, and I think it works fine in the end. Mr. Huey's going on now in white. And I think I go and get a paintbrush in a minute. Oh, that's going to dry. I see. And I'm just going to layer up that. I've forgotten the word. What are they called, those bags? You know what they're called. Glassine bag. And I've got a new hole puncher. Look at this. It's one of the single ones like you ladies all use. So I was quite pleased with that. And I'm just going to pop some bits and bobs in that bag after scruffing up the edges a little bit with my scissors. And in some ways, it's a shame to cover up so much of these things, isn't it? I mean, each item is just so beautiful. But, you know, that's what layering is all about, really, isn't it? Just the merest peak of little things, you know, showing through. And at the moment, I'm enjoying fiddling around with getting things looking exactly how I want them. Like at the moment, I'm thinking about the top of that bag and where it's cutting across the items in the bag. That sort of level of detail is what's making me happy at the moment. And I do pop that pink ticket up on some cardboard just to give it a bit more lift and set it apart from the rest of the things in the bag. That's quite nice.
I was quite annoyed halfway through this video. I had to go to the post office to post something for my husband. And you know when you're completely in the flow and you really don't want to stop? I was not impressed. But it probably did me good to get outside because it's a beautiful day today. So nice walk through the village. And I bought a pasty from the bakery on the way home. So, yes, this is where I'm not sure, because it's hard to work, isn't it, when you don't have the background there to work off of. So I think I go and make a brew and then come back when the background's a bit drier. No, I'm going to try on. I do like that floral tag. I really like it. It doesn't end up making it in the end. I think the pattern is just a bit too busy for this one. But it will definitely be used because I think it's really, really pretty. And this whole kit is gorgeous. These pinks and things. I realise at the end I've used some adhesive sequin things, dot things, and I thought they were a kind of jade minty green. But looking at the stills at the end, they don't seem to be. I'm a bit colourblind, which is perhaps not the best qualification. That's Mittens climbing on the desk there, and then she wants to play with that bow. So if you watch her paw, she tries to bat that off in a minute. So I'm trying to brush over my mixed media there just to soften that a little bit. Isn't she getting big? And she's my girl. She's really adopted me. She she's just see, she's got the bow, and then and she jumps off. So I want my title in vellum. And I think about, I plan to do cute, crazy, cool, but I end up just bothering to do cute. I get to cute and I think, oh, that's enough fussy cutting. I got quite bored with that. And I end up stitching around the word too, which it ends up being really tedious. I wouldn't recommend. Wouldn't recommend that at all, because you have to be quite neat with vellum too, don't you? Because you can see all the stitches on the back. So there's that tag again. It doesn't look bad actually now I look at it, but maybe it actually looks quite cute. Anyway, I've made my bow and I've stitched it sort of into place. I learned how to do this. I used to work at Habitat in Bath when I was a student, and I was in charge of gift wrapping. So I learned how to do those bows there. But I don't know where to put it. So I fiddle about a bit with that. In the end, it ends up going along the top of that side banner. What's it? Okay, we're halfway through. You're doing really well. Hang on in there. So here's my letters. And I'm not sure what to do with them at this stage. So I'm thinking about layering them on that tag so that they actually show. Right, I'm thinking about putting those words up there now. And they don't end up staying up there either. I hope you don't mind watching all of this, but it is the process. So it's the real thing. I don't think I'll be filming all my layouts this month. It does make it quite a lot more work. But if I can do one every now and then, that would be nice, wouldn't it? So I'm struggling because there's so many nice things. That's my problem, which is a lovely problem to have. And I'm aware there's too much yellow and it's all getting too busy and I'm not liking it at the moment. So I think actually I turn the camera off and have a play without you watching. So I think that's putting me off a bit. What's that bow doing up there? Don't leave that there, please. Crazy woman. Here we are. I've painstakingly stitched around those vellum letters. I was actually listening to the paper clipping roundtable in the end because Scrap Girls wasn't on. So I'm going back through the archives and listening to loads of old ones. They're really good. They're fantastic. They don't date at all. So that. Yes, I've decided to make my bow and pop it up there with those those sort of flags coming down like part of the bow. I'm pleased with that. I think that looks cute. Cute, like my title. Bit of ruffling happening. And this is all looking incredibly girly, isn't it? But you know me. Needs some yellow in the bottom left, doesn't it? That's what I'm thinking now. Oh, look, here comes that floral tag again. No. And I really want to use that vellum too, but I think I'll use it on another layout where it can make more of a feature. Okay, 5 minutes to go. We're doing well. I thought about putting those stickers on the top left and copying Jen Scow's idea of, excuse me, having a kind of sticker and then some journaling, sticker journaling, like she does with stamps sometimes. I thought that was a lovely idea. And I end up doing something similar, but using my sewing machine to sew some lines that I write on. I really want to use that, but I think I've got enough hot pink. And I want to use the stamps. And they're all so cute, I don't know which one to pick. That's the problem, isn't it? Too much nice stuff. Okay, so now I think I take it away. Yeah, I've done my sewing across there. I've done 3 lines of stitching, and I'm going to write on them. I was going to write 3 different things to match those stickers, but in the end I just write how me and Kitty's dad often just look at each other nowadays. She's just such a crazy, funny kid. We just look at each other and think, did you do this? Because I don't think she's anything to do with me. Yeah, so that was the very short journaling there. So just popping those stickers. That one lines up too much, so we need shifting across. And I think I turn my camera off to do the journaling because you don't want to see the top of my head. I'm actually doing quite well at keeping my head out with this one. It's quite good for me. And we are near the end now. You've done ever so well. Well done. Right, I'm popping that heart down there, and it's going to have a little puffy heart on top of it. It's very pretty. And I think then it's journaling and stamping time. Oh, paperclip. I like me a paperclip. Adds a bit more texture, a bit of metal. Okay, and the final bit, I've done my journaling there, and I struggled to write on over all that paint, so it's not the neatest, but I'm just stamping there a phrase a couple of times because that always looks quite cute. And then I think, oh yes, these little dots. So I wanted that button in there. Yeah, and I love these little sequin looking sticky dots, but I think that green one is the completely wrong shade. I may go back and change those. I haven't changed them for the final images, but perhaps you can leave me a comment. Yes, they are completely the wrong shade. I think they might be bright green. It's subtleties between colours that I can't always pick up on. But anyway, thank you guys ever so much for bearing with me and watching. And I think I leave it here. And I hope you're all well. And I will be back at some point. So thanks again, guys. Take care.